After NAFTA passed, so many of our industries moved to Mexico. Then after China joined the WTO, they moved out of Mexico and went to China. Now with the higher domestic origin rules and North American origin rules, those jobs will come back to North America, and many of them will go to Mexico.
If you were to take one or two provisions that really stand out, that'll change the playing field big time, what are they, and why will they change the playing field?
Well, one of the big provisions is upping the North American content and the domestic content in the NAFTA vehicles, what's called a NAFTA car, the automobiles that get tariff-free treatment. It has to be almost 75% American-made or Canadian-made or Mexican-made. Couple that with the 40% has to be, of the labor component, has to be paid $16 an hour. This is another important part of this is part of these domestic content rules. We're now hearing that the steel and the aluminum, the metals that go into the cars to be called American, to be called domestic content, have to be melted and poured in North America. So that will keep Chinese steel out. Yeah. That will make more American jobs, more Mexican jobs, more Canadian jobs.
It does make one major change to the auto industry, because it would require cars be made with 75% North American sourced parts, and that 40 to 45% of those parts must be made by workers who earn at least $16 an hour. At least 46 and as many as 125 car models sold today that aren't taxed under NAFTA wouldn't qualify under the proposed USMCA regulations.
I want to ask you about Mexico. I can't possibly see how the Mexicans wouldn't ratify this in a second. I mean, Mexico is one of the big winners here. They may have to do a little bit more on the labor enforcement side, but come on, Mexico is going to sign this, will they not?
They certainly will. They stand to win, and they understand what's at stake on a larger scale. These are very important. Also, we have currency manipulation provisions for the first time in any trade agreement. This is huge.
Curtis?
And I should say, 6 years gets to be reviewed in 6 years. We're not going to be locked in to a lifetime perpetuity contract here.
Yeah.